Hey VC, this is Big Star 1000. This is an edition of Gimme Ten, and it's focusing on the year 2000. Chris for 127 Basket made a video a couple of days back on his favorite records of the year 2000, which was a fantastic video, and I thought I'd chime in with some records, CDs. Basically, the soundtrack of my life in the year 2000. I was very much into indie music, alternative music, and it really will show in the records that I'm going to show you. 10 of them. Most of these are bought when they came out, basically, the music I was listening to, and some of these are bought subsequently in the years that followed. But yeah, I would say most of these records come from the year 2000. Um, the first one is the one that you're hearing in the background, if you can hear it, that is, because I tend to turn things down, way down, because I don't want to be slapped on the wrist by the fun police, aka the copyright police. But the first record I want to talk to is a CD. It's the soundtrack for the Sofia Coppola movie The Virgin Suicides by the band Air. Air is a French band, as you know. And this is the original score. It came out in 2000. It's a fantastic piece of music. It kind of has some very sort of Floydian moments, especially in the opening track, Playground Love, with some mournful sax solo. You know, you get the sort of Dark Side of the Moon era sort of sounds, and the rest of the soundtrack is pretty coherent to that. You know, sometimes it reminds you a little bit of metal, but with a sort of a modern touch to it. It's a beautiful soundtrack, a great movie. If you haven't seen the movie, The Virgin Suicides by Air. I wish I had the vinyl of this, but it doesn't matter. It's the same music, really. Snobbery is not really necessary on this one. The second thing I want to show you is a record. I had this on CD when it came out, and I played this to absolute death when the year it came out. So I love this record, and even still now I can play it and I still enjoy it. And is the debut record by Badly Drawn Boy, the Hour of the Bewilderbeast, which is a sort of a Manchester singer-songwriter record. Fantastic. Badly Drawn Boy is Damon Gough, and he's from Manchester, and this album is genius. It's a fantastic sort of folky, indie folk, poppy record, infectious as hell. Some really clever moments. The lyrically is fantastic. It was issued on Twisted Nerve, which is the label that features also Andy Votel. Highly recommended. One of my favorite records of the 2000s. If I was to make a top 20 of the 2000s, this would feature in it for sure. It's a stellar piece of music. And since I'm talking about Manchester and I'm talking about Badly Drawn Boy, another record from Manchester from the same year, which I did play to death as well, the year it came out, is Lost Soul by the Doves, which I think is their debut record. The Doves were known as Sub before they were the Doves. They're from Manchester. They're made of two brothers, and another guy who's the lead singer. The brothers are, what are the names? Just names escape me. Jez Williams and Andy Williams. Jez and Andy Williams are the two brothers, and Jimmy Goodwin is the singer in the band. He's the bearded guy. This record is an amazing piece of music. It's really, I don't know, it's kind of a dream pop kind of a record, but yeah, with a more indie sensibility, if you like. I don't know how to describe this. It's really There are some songs on there which wouldn't stand out of place on a Mazzy record, but at the same time, they have their own identity. Just sample like C Song or Break Me Gently if you want to hear something really. This is a fantastic record, absolutely fantastic. I love this record. And since I'm talking about Dream Pop, I'm going to show a record that Chris showed as well. I can't help, but this is a fantastic Dream Pop record. Yola Tango, and Nothing Turned Itself Inside Out. I know Christoph showed it, but I still have to include it because it's just a wonderful piece of music. Yola Tango trio from New Jersey. Not quite as good as I Can Hear the Heart Beating as one, but still up there, fantastic Yola Tango record. I'm going to move on because Christoph talked about this record quite a bit. Classic, sorry, but I have to include this. This is a phenomenal piece of music, Kid A, which I could get this on record if I wanted to, but I hate 10 inches. Not hate, but they've got no place. It's just too small to go anywhere, and the CD just does fine to me. It just works just as much as a 10-inch would do. This is Radio's best album. If you don't believe me, doesn't matter. It still is. People will say, okay, Computer, blah blah blah, or the bands, or whatever, In Rainbows, which they're all great albums, but Radiohead has never done best than this. This is a fabulous album, and Amnesiac is quite similar to this in many ways, but this is everything in its right place. How to Disappear Completely. Idiotech is my favorite track on this. I think Idiotech is fantastic. Radiohead. Next, another record shown by Chris, but one of my favorites, so I have to display this. PG Harvey, Stories from the Sea, Stories from the Sea. Again, an album which at the time I would have played a million times. Such a superb record. Every song, I hate single on it. Good Fortune, Beautiful Feeling. Oh, what a song! I mean, so much poignancy and energy in it. The Mess We're In with Tom York. Kamikaze. I fell in love with Kamikaze in a compilation back in 2000. It was on the free CD with a magazine, and Kamikaze was on it, and I thought, what is this? This is fantastic, and this is how I got into the world of PG Harvey. Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea. Okay, next is this Elliott Smith record, Figure Eight, which I got into Elliott Smith in 1998 upon EXO's release. EXO was a real earth-shattering musical discovery for me personally. I was an avid reader of French rock mag, Les Inrecuptibles, which is, it's a culture. It's the culture Bible in France. It's really important, and I used to read it every week. And this in '98 they made this big feature on Elliott Smith, which I never heard of, and I had to rush to the store and buy XO, which has become ever since one of my favorite. I love it. I have several copies of it. I love that album. And the next album he released was this record, Figure Eight. So I had to buy it as well. And I really, really enjoyed it too, in a different way. It's a wonderful record. It's a lot more. There's a lot more pop in it than singer-songwriter kind of music, but it's a superb record. I think it's very underrated. Elliott Smith, who sadly killed himself in 2003, I think, which is a great loss to the world. Yes, Godspeed You Black Emperor. Am I not going to talk about Godspeed You Black Emperor? Lift your skinny fist like antennas to heaven. Band from Montreal, post-rock, layered orchestral crescendos to infinity. A masterpiece. That's all I'm going to say. And two more. Okay, one of my favorite bands, Belle Sebastian. Fold your hands, child. You're walking like a peasant, or you walk like a peasant. Again, I will tell a similar story to Will Smith. I got to Belle Sebastian in 1998 or 99 when they re-released Tiger Milk for the first time. They were a very hyped up band, so Belle Sebastian back in the 90s, due to, yes, the popularity of Tiger Milk. And I kept seeing that name in the music press and sort of never did anything about it. And there was this big article saying, oh, you know, Tiger Milk, this classic record, being reissued for the first time. So again, rushed to the store, rushed to my local store, bought a copy of Tiger Milk. My head exploded again. These are records that really shaped the way I listen to music, really. I mean, I have no shame in saying it. And a couple of years after this, this came out, I had to go and buy it straight away. And again, I'll say the same thing. I've played this so many times, you know, back to front in the year 2000. And for years I didn't pull it out. From probably 2002 or 3 to 2008 or 9, I didn't touch it. And when I played it again, it was still as good. Fantastic records. Belle Sebastian. And last but not least is this really amazing kind of weird record by this band called Swearing at Motorists. Number 7, Uptown. Swearing at Motorists are a duo from, they're American. I think they could be from Pittsburgh or a small city like that. I can't remember exactly. Swearing at Motorists. Is there a name for a place that they come from? Oh, no, Dayton. Sorry, yes, Dayton, Ohio. I wasn't too far. Pittsburgh, Dayton. Grecian Thunder, if you're watching this. And this is very much in the vein of Guided by Voices, which, funnily enough, are also from Dayton, I think, or they're from Ohio as well. The songs are very, very short. They're kind of sort of sketches, ideas. They don't. It's like Guided by Voices in the sense that, you know, the songs are very, very short, very tight, and the ideas are very used to sort of a minimum, and then they move on to the next thing. This is a fantastic piece of music. Number 7, Uptown. Very melodic, very poppy. Just a great indie record, really. On Secretly Canadian. There you go. I hope you enjoyed. And do yours. Why not? Christophe, thank you very much.